Hi everyone, and welcome to my home here at the Red Brick House, or should I say my garage. Today I am going to be working on my Josephine Wall diamond painting kit, and I have to work on it in the garage because it's a very large canvas, and I have a table out here that I can work at and leave all my stuff where it is, and I don't have to move anything or put it away. And so bear with me. I hope the lighting is good enough where you can see everything clearly. I have the garage door open today, so hopefully it won't be like too noisy. This is the quietest time in my neighborhood to do something like this, so I hope like no big trucks go by. So anyway, let me show you, if you have not seen which kit I'm talking about, let me try to show you the picture. I'll try to bring it in a little closer. Like I said, my lighting's not great, and I apologize for that. But this is called the Wood Nymph, and I absolutely love this image, and I'm so thankful that it comes with all of these colors on these papers, because trying to find the color list on the side of the canvas is very hard because it's very small, and well, my canvas kind of hangs off my table, so I can't even see it. So I'm so glad that they sent this paper with this kit. So last time I talked about this kit, I had made a little bit of progress. I showed that at my end of January kind of monthly progress. And I have made a little bit more progress, and I'm going to give some of my thoughts on how it's going. This particular kit came from the company, the one with the diamond art. I don't have any bad complaints, but I am having a couple of issues, which I will share with you in a minute. But first I'm going to talk about what I've done here, show you my progress and where I'm at, and kind of how I'm tackling this canvas, because I am doing this different than I normally do with my diamond painting canvases. So let me zoom you in. Hopefully you can kind of see that better. I finished this first square right here, so like that much I have finished, and I'm working on my second square. Now typically when I diamond paint, I will pick a symbol and I'll fill in those, and then I'll pick another symbol and I'll fill in those, and then I'll just keep going until the whole little square is filled in. And I started doing this kit that way, but what I realized is that it is so confetti heavy, and when I mean that, I mean like I'm serious, y'all. Like if you could even see all these colors right here, let me bring you back out. Maybe you can see them all. All of these colors, they're all in this one little square right here. All these colors, one square, and it's a tiny little square I have right here. Just to give you an idea. And so when I started diamond painting it, for one, it took me forever to find the symbol that I needed, because you know I have 200 symbols to look through, and then to find that symbol on this canvas, and it's so spread out. It's not like you have a group of one symbol you can fill in. This canvas is not like that. I mean, almost every single, you know, symbol is different. And so in order to, like, you know, not go insane, which I might be crazy, I might be insane for doing this kit, but I'm gonna do it because I am liking it and I am enjoying it. So never complete something or work on something if it's not bringing you joy, especially when it's your hobby. Like this is my hobby, and this typically brings me a lot of joy, a lot of peace, and calms my anxiety. So we don't want to do things that, you know, don't give us that effect, right? And so what I had to do is I had to figure out a different way to work on it. And for me, what I started doing is I started going line by line, and I started that over here in this first little area, and I just found all the symbols I needed for that one line, and I lined them up, and I did that one line, and then I did the next line and the next line, and after about 5 lines I could start to see progression, because before it was very hard. I wasn't familiar with the symbols. They were so spread out that it was hard to see them all. There's no guides on these symbols. Like, you know how a lot of diamond kits will have like guide circles when you have round kits? This is a square, but there is a color behind the symbol, but there's, see, like this one, like there's a color there behind that symbol. Let me get it where you can see it. Hopefully you can see that, but you don't see that on the canvas. Like there's really no guides, and so it was very, very hard to do it, you know, I call it the traditional way, the way I used to do it. So, but going line by line, it seems very tedious, but actually it almost felt faster to me in this circumstance. And it gave me instant, like, gratification. It gave me instant visual look to see that I was progressing in the canvas, because I could see what I had completed, and it made me feel like I was doing something, you know, whereas if I was just filling in a square, it wouldn't feel like you progressed until you got just about all the square filled in, and that might take years, you know. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going line by line, and then I just keep going until I finish that one little section, and then I'm going to move over, you know, and do another section. So that's what we're doing today. I have all my stuff lined up over here, so I'm going to do this row with you now, because this is so tedious. I don't know. Oh, let me wait for the car to go by. Okay. I don't know how much talking or conversating I'm going to be able to do with this canvas. I don't think this is going to be a good candidate for WIP and chats, but I do want you to experience what I'm experiencing. You know, I have seen a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I've seen a few people attempt a Josephine Wall diamond painting kit, but I never see them. I see them unbox it, I see them work on it. I've never seen somebody complete one. Now, it doesn't mean somebody hasn't, you know, it's just I haven't seen somebody complete it. Sometimes I'm like, okay, go back to, because she's my favorite artist. So I'm like, where's that kit you were working on? I don't see it anymore. And maybe this is why, because I could see how, you know, you need a break from this after a while, and I probably will too. But I'm just going to work on it a little bit at a time. If I get frustrated with it, I'll just walk away and come back to it later. No big deal. I'm on no time rush to finish this kit, you know. It's just going to get done when it gets done. Now, because it's so confetti heavy, I'm not even using trays. I started out using trays, and then I realized quickly, I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of pouring drills out, using one drill, and then pouring them all back into the container? So, I have these little screw top containers from Art Dot. I love them. I love my organization kit that I bought, that I showcased when I kitted this up. So if you haven't seen that video, you might want to check that out if you are interested in, you know, storage. But what I do is I just pour them into my lid, and I kind of look across there, and like on this row I need 2 of this symbol. So I just pick out 2 of them with my pen. I don't know if you can see that. Let me move it up here. So I just pick it out of the lid. I'll just pick it out of there and place them down. And then I pour those back into my container here. And that's what I do. I don't even bother trying to, you know, put them in a tray. Because like I said, there's no point. There's really no point. Now, if you were to ask me how many times I've spilt these drills by doing that, it's happened once. No, twice. It's happened twice. One time, I went to put this like down, open, and I spilt it on my sticky side, so that was fun. And then one time, I spilt it, like, it's kind of off camera, but over here by my lamp, I spilt it. And that was pretty easy because they weren't, you know, it wasn't the sticky part of my canvas that they stuck to, so. But honestly, at first I was like, this is going to take forever, and this is going to, like, be very tedious. But honestly, it kind of works. It kind of takes a minute to get all your drills lined up. But oftentimes, you know, these are the drills I have to look through. Every once in a while, I'll need a new one, but these are all basically the same colors that are in this area on this kit. So it really doesn't take that long. I'll just look through all these, and I'll know if there's a new symbol. I'll recognize it, and I'll pull it out. What is that one there? Yeah, I just need one. And so I don't have to go searching through all of my, you know, drawers of colors or through my paper to find a new one, because most of the time it's over here with all of my colors I've been using. So this paper, so if I do have a new color, what I do is I'll try to find it on here. I don't even try to look on the sides of the canvas. I'll go through here and I'll try to find, you know, the symbol. And when I find it, I'll find the number, and then I'll go find it in my trays over here. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been working well. Now, will I do it this way throughout this whole canvas? Maybe not. As I get more familiar with this canvas and with these symbols, it might be easier, and I might be able to begin to diamond paint it the way I, you know, how I would fill in something, you know, one of my other kits. Sorry, I'm distracted because I thought I muted my phone, and apparently I didn't. I was a bad YouTuber. Totally forgot to mute my phone. Let me do that. Okay. So, with all that said, the only other thing that I have that I wanted to share with you, that because I want to share these, you know, this experience with you all, because maybe you're interested in one of these kits too and you haven't done one yet. And you really don't get the full experience unless you do it yourself. But these kits are quite expensive, and I am not going to let it go to waste. Even though it's hard, I can do hard things, right? And this doesn't, I don't know, this might stress some people out. I know some people like to color block, and if you're a fan of color blocking, you will not like this kit. You would probably just be better off buying a print of the picture, you know, the ones you like or something of Josephine Wall, because it is, there's no color blocking in this whatsoever. It is all confetti. And so you may not like doing something like this, but you might like watching someone else do it, you know? And that's totally fine. That's what I'm here for. I'm here so you can experience this along with me. So I will tell you, there have been, ooh, this is an AB. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me bring it in. Can you see those? Let me get my fingers off of it. I hope you can see those. They're really pretty. It's like a tan. It's like a tan AB. I get so excited when I get to do an AB because they're just really sporadic throughout this kit. They're not like coupled together, grouped together. They're just, you know, wherever. Now, I have been, because I'm single placing, I'm just using a straightener on the other end of my kit. And every once in a while, I'll just go and kind of like straighten those up. And let me show you my pen. There's a little squirrel. I put some little stickers on it. I like to make my own pens. This one is, I made for this kit. I kind of like to match my pen with my kits sometimes. And I make those out of Sculpey clay. And they're so much fun to make. And so I made that one. And then I wanted to make some other ones. And my sister, I was telling my sister that I was, you know, planning to make some more pens, because I had made her a gnome pen. And if you didn't know, my sister likes to diamond paint as well. And so I gave her one for her birthday or for Christmas, I can't remember, but she loved it, and it was really one of the cutest ones I've ever done, I will say. But she loves that pen, and she was like, I would like to see how you do that. And I'm like, okay, it's so easy. So if you guys want to see how I do that, let me know, and I will make a video. If you're not interested, then, you know, I don't want to make videos that you guys aren't interested in, because that would defeat the purpose, you know, kind of me being on YouTube. So I want to make, you know, I want to make content that you want to see. So if you want to see something like that, let me know in the comments. I don't make them to sell. I don't feel like I'm that good at it. But for myself, it's a lot of fun to do. So yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday here in the U.S. We are big American football fans, and so my sister came over and we had such a fun time, and we decided we would make pens yesterday. So let me show you. Sorry for my arm coming across there. But we made some pens yesterday. So I made a Valentine pen. it got it's kind of weird right there. I don't know what happened, but it got a little dented. And it didn't come together very well. So this is why I don't make them to sell, because sometimes they're imperfect, you know, they're not perfect. But they're pretty and I enjoy using them. So that's my Valentine pin. And then I made a pot of gold pin, like for St. Patty's Day, like for March, for coming up in March. And I think it turned out really cute. I would have done the pot of gold different, but you know, every time I make one of these, it's kind of an experiment. So, and this one didn't come together very well. And this blue was kind of, I guess, getting dry, and it kind of cracked. I've never had that to happen before with my pins, but you know, it could be also because I made these pins fatter than like my normal pin. So this is the normal, like I make the thinner ones, but this one I wanted to try making like a chubby pin to see if it like felt better in my hand and see if I liked it. It's much heavier, but it is bigger around. So I don't know. It's just an experiment to try it out, and it's just for fun. We had a lot of fun making them. So that's what we did yesterday. And so how have you all been? I hope everybody's doing well. Not a lot has happened over the last week since I talked to you in the last video. So I don't have a ton of stuff to talk about, except for that we made our pins and everything. One other thing, I did mention earlier that I had one gripe about this kit, and that is the fact that some of these symbols are not, or well, some of them are very similar. So let me find an example, like these two. So can you see that? So they're very similar. Now the colors aren't quite that similar. So if you get it wrong, it's gonna kind of show, you know. But yeah, those, to me, those symbols are so super similar, and it's really hard to see on a canvas, you know, which one you need to use. Another one, let me give you, I have another example too. There's a clover, and then there's this other symbol, like kind of like a stick man, or I don't know. See, those are very similar, and it's very hard to tell the difference when they're on the canvas. So just for, you know, just for reference. Sorry about the trucks, guys. I don't know how much that's picking up on the camera, but the big box truck just went by. We live at like the end of a road. It kind of tees into the road that goes in front of our house, and so there's kind of an intersection right in front of our house, and so sometimes it can be noisy, but I'm trying my best here. Hopefully it's not too bad. So that's my only gripe about this canvas. As far as like the company goes, it does kind of make it hard to differentiate between some of those symbols. But so now I've finished that row. I'm going to start again with my next row. So I'm just going to go through here and find the symbols and get them lined up in the order that they're going to go on the painting. And then I just continue on, and that's what I've been doing. So I would love to hear, have you ever worked on a canvas like this? And you know, I hear people on YouTube talking about, you know, their most intimidating canvases. Oh, this is definitely it for me. Most of the time, even if it's a large canvas, I'm like, it's gonna take me a while, but I can do it, you know. And I'm kind of that way with this one, but definitely this one would be my most intimidating kit, because it's a lot. Like it's a lot. But I think it's going to be worth it in the end. And I think when I finish it, I'm going to feel very accomplished for, you know, doing something hard and finishing it. That can bring you a lot of, you know, a lot of joy when you work really hard for something and then it comes, you know, it all comes together. So I'm going to keep working on it. Like I said, I don't have much more to talk about. I don't know what else to talk about. I didn't prep a bunch of stuff to talk about. But if you guys have any questions, or if you have any advice for me on this canvas, please share it with me, because I am totally open for ideas and advice on how to do a canvas like this. So if you've experienced this and you've already done one of these, please tell me, how did you do it? How did it go for you? What was your experience like? So anyway, I think I'm just going to, it's very hard for me to talk and try to find these symbols. So multitasking with this is going to be a problem. So anyway, I'm going to just continue to work on this and maybe film a little bit of it, and then I'll come back and kind of finish it up at the end after I work on it a little bit more. I would like to finish this little space with you guys today, but because I will work better if I'm not talking or trying to, you know, film and talk and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you, you know, the progress that I've made. Okay everyone, I'm back and I finished my little square you can see here. I'll try to go across so you can see some of those AB drills in there. It's looking good. Now, anytime you do a landscape, you know, you start out like thinking it's just a blur. It's just a pixelated kind of blur. And then the more you get put together, the more you start to make out the object. So I'm going to kind of bring you out a little bit and see if you can tell that those are the tops of trees. So I'm gonna like kind of zoom out, and if you see on the table there, yep, that's number 3. That's the 3rd time I've spilt one of these containers when I've been working on them like this and not using trays, but you know, it is what it is. It's okay. But if I zoom out, maybe you can kind of start to see that that corner is some treetops. I hope so anyway. I kind of like to think that I can see that. Down through here, there is some branches that are coming up into this. So that will be fun to see that start to emerge. And then over here, it's going to start changing very soon. Over here, you're going to see some... Over here you're going to start to see some sun rays come in. So I only have one more like section, and then I'm going to move into kind of some different stuff over here. There's a big branch right there, and so it's going to be fun. I'm here for the ride if you guys are. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and next time I see you, I will probably be working on my Valentine kit, which is Roses by Make Market from Michaels. I have kitted it up and I did one corner and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really excited to do a whip and chat with that one and show you my progress and talk about it a little bit. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it's totally different than this kit here. It's a round. It's so much easier. After I went back to that round, after doing, you know, a little bit of work on here, man, it's so different. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I hope the birds, can you guys hear the birds? The mockingbirds are claiming their territory right now or something. I don't know, but they're really loud. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.